Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Cranky Gun Reviews. We're going to do another installment on my series, Why Did I Want This Gun? And the gun we're looking at tonight, it's not really a prestigious gun. It's somewhat well known, but it really rode on the coattails of more popular brands and similar guns. Now, this is a 9mm Parabellum handgun, and the one we're talking about tonight is a Smith and Wesson SD9VE. Now, SD stands for self-defense, 9 is 9mm, and VE stands for value enhanced. This was meant to be a low-cost gun, but a semi-full-size and reliable 9mm. Now, this is kind of a flock, but not this kind of a flock, and not this kind of a flock either, and certainly not this kind of a flock. But boy, that haircut and that chin remind me of Johnny Depp and Edward Scissorhands. But I digress. I'm talking about a faux Glock, or a flock. That's right. This SD9VE was patterned after a Glock pistol. This was actually the second version of this pistol. The original one was called the Sigma. Actually, it might have even been the third version. They had the Sigma, then they had the SD9. I believe they also had an SW9, which might have been the original Sigma. But shortly after that, they made this gun, and Smith and Wesson was actually sued by Glock for using the likeness of their gun, the same shape, the same function. Now, the design of this gun actually isn't bad. It has a rail on the bottom of the frame. It has memory pads for your fingers when you take them off the trigger, places to rest on the frame. The trigger on this is a mushy 10.5 to 11 pounds, typically when you get them, at least in my state and some of the other more compliant states. The trigger on this has that pivoting bottom section on it that's similar to what the M&P or the older M&P Shield pistols had, but this has a pretty heavy, long pull on it, and that's because it has no manual safety. The slide has pretty good serrations on the front and the back. If you wanted to do press checks on it, you can use those front serrations, but this gun also has a Hillary hole in the top of the frame, or a window for viewing. They call it a loaded chamber indicator, so you can look down through the end of the barrel and see if there's a round in the chamber. The slide release, rather, is actually pretty small on this. It's not really good for releasing the slide when you're holding the gun. Most of the time it's better for locking the slide open. Now, the takedown of this is just like a Glock. You pull the slide back about 1/8 of an inch, pull down on the takedown lever, and slide the whole slide off the front of the gun after you press the trigger. Then simple removal of the recoil spring, and you can pull the barrel right out. So again, function just like most other semi-auto pistols, but it was really a pretty close copy of the Glock pistols. I believe this is actually the third iteration of this same style gun that Smith and Wesson made. The original one was called the Sigma and might have been denoted as the SW9 or the SW40. Then they had the SD9, and then the SD9VE, or value enhanced. They also make this in a .40 caliber as well, and the same annotations: SW40, SD40, or SD40VE. The magazines you can get for this gun come either in a 10-round compliant state magazine that holds, again, 10 rounds of 9mm Parabellum, or if you're lucky, you can find some old Sigma magazines that are pre-ban that are 16 rounds, which is what I have here, and you can swap the base plate out from the Sigma magazine to the SD9VE magazine, or if you're in a state that doesn't suck, you can buy 16-round magazines right out of the store, and there's no issue with that. But either way, these are, standard capacity or real standard capacity magazines. And this gun, half of the reason why I bought it was I wanted something to test all different kinds of ammo with. Now, it shoots TIL ammo very well. It shoots any brass-cased ammo very well. But when it comes to cheaper steel-cased ammo, anything that is a lacquered case on it, it does not like. It does not like bimetal-cased ammo. There's some Wolf bimetal case that I've shot out of this that just will not extract out of the barrel. And also aluminum cased 9mm, like Blazer aluminum, it will not extract it out of the barrel. But every round that I've put through this that is either TIL ammo that has just like that chalky steel casing on it, or the Winchester USA forged steel case, or any brass case that I've put in it, whether it's 115 grain, 124, or 147 grain, round nose, hollow point, and flat nose, all of them function well in this gun. So again, the only things that don't work are the aluminum case blazer that I've tried. This Republic ammunition it did not like because it has lacquered steel cases, and it did not like the Wolf bimetal case ammo. So very few ammos that it doesn't like, but being able to shoot your, Tulamo 9mm steel cased or your USA forged ammo out of it, that steel case, even though that stuff's dirty, it works really well. Or just shooting any good brass ammo that you have, functions fine with that. So it's kind of a test mule. I can put just about anything I want in it and see if it functions. I know if this gun will run that ammo, and this being my pickiest 9mm, if this gun will run any ammo I put in it, then it will work with just about any of the other 9mm I have. So it's kind of my test mule, and it's been fairly reliable. I don't carry it that often because it is a pretty large gun, but again, being the fact that it was an inexpensive gun, I think I paid either $225 or $250 for this thing new, and I've acquired several magazines over the years. It's been a pretty good gun for testing things, and realistically, if it breaks, it has a lifetime warranty. I can always send it back to Smith and Wesson. They'll fix it and send me another one, or send me a replacement. People rag on Smith and Wesson about not having the best warranties. They may take 8 weeks to get back to you sometimes, but they really do have a good warranty. I've bought used guns that had issues that I sent back to them, and they never even questioned me if they were used or brand new. So just the fact that this is a low-cost, budget, full-size 9mm that is a flock or a faux Glock is really why I wanted it. It's a good test mule, it's a reliable gun, and it's a lot of fun to shoot. Thanks for being with me on this edition of Cranky Gun Reviews.